What's up, y'all? Sam here with a new camera and a new microphone, trying to up the levels here on the Sam Dracula channel. In this episode, we are talking about Killian Hayes. We're continuing on looking at draft prospects. We looked at Edwards, Wiseman, LaMelo, and Denny. Now we continue with Killian. And just like with the other guys, we're going to score them up, average up the numbers, and then compare them against each other. We're looking at scouting reports. We're looking at highlight videos. We're looking at how he would fit into the current Charlotte Hornets setup, because this is a Charlotte Hornets channel. Don't forget, I know there's no Hornets basketball, but this is a Hornets channel. Lastly, we're gonna look at his Instagram to see what's going on over there. See if we get an idea of like what kind of kid this is. I know nothing about him, truly. I've heard a lot of good things. He could be like the steal of the draft, maybe the best point guard in the draft. I don't know. So I'm really excited to get into this. Also want to mention I have a Google Sheets document linked in the description if you want to check it out and see my running big board. On NBADraft.net, Killian Hayes comes in at a staggering 6'5", 195 pounds. French international, born in Florida. But a 6'5" point guard is that's something you like to see, right? We have 9s in intangibles and size, 8s in athleticism, quickness, leadership, jump shot, NBA ready, ball handling potential, and passing, with 7s in defense and strength. I think that's a decent split. A lot of 8s there compared to the other prospects we looked at, but they have him 4th in their mock to the Bulls, which that's a shout. And then 5th in their big board, also a shout. So the Hornets pick 3rd. I don't know. We don't know who will be there. I've seen rumors, like just Googling Killian Hayes' name, seeing articles out of the Bay Area about the Warriors drafting him 2nd. So who knows? I do like that his points per game has increased year over year after year. Because what is he, 19? Assists per game have gone up each year. Love to see that. Defensive rebounding has gone up. Overall rebounding has gone up. I don't want to put too much stock in that. It's international basketball. I don't know. But I will give him credit for being a pro. Like coming into the league as a guy who has been a professional already is a dub. It's a big dub. I like that. NBA comp, Kirk Heinrich and Spencer Dinwiddie. Doesn't really get the juices flowing, those names. But those guys are very serviceable and respected pros during their times, respectively. Like I think Heinrich has to be out of the league, but for a long time he was a valuable player. And Spencer Dinwiddie now is a very good player. Very good length, wingspan measured at 6'8". Great feel for the game. Nice build with long arms and wide shoulders that look like they could fill up well. So yeah, that's big. He has the frame for it. If he wants to, if he gets into a program, he can put some pounds on his body to fill out some more. He has the potential there, which is nice to see. Versatile, can play either guard position thanks to his size and length. I was wondering about that. That's a good thing to have, obviously. Experience for his age, has been playing at a good senior level for the past 2 years. Love that. Guys, the game's the game. But if you're able to manage like being a professional athlete already, and that's like one of your attributes or like things in your tool bag as you come into the league, that's huge. I respect that. Can create his own shot, has good touch around the basket, already has a great pull-up game, and constantly improving step-back shot with his range going all the way out to the three-point line. Okay, love that. Has excellent body control while driving to the basket. Likes to finish plays hard when he goes to the basket, and even dunk when he has space. Love that. Excellent passer with great court vision. Creative passer, has the ability to find the open teammate in any situation. A pick and roll maestro, he makes good reads and most of the time knows when and where to pass the ball. Has quick hands that help him make a lot of steals. Dependable defender in pick and roll situations thanks to size, length, and basketball IQ. I think that's a pretty solid set of positives, right? I like that. A good but not an elite athlete. That's a fair take. I'm not killing him for that. Pardon the pun. Lacks an explosive first step. He needs to bulk up his body. At times he just plays too fast, still learning some of the nuances of playing point guard. Tries to do too much too soon on offense. I'm not too worried about that. That may go away once he's playing with better players. Extremely left-hand dominant. He can be easy to read, especially at the next level. Not really a threat when he drives with his right hand. He doesn't attack the basket as much as he could or should. Can fall in love with his pull-up game and settle for average shots instead of looking for the better play. So the right-handed thing, or lack thereof, that's a got him. Any coach in the NBA that picks on that, or just any defender, they're going to expose him to death. if he can't go right. Killian Hayes is a combo guard with great size who can become a really good point guard at the NBA level. His size, length, ability to shoot off the dribble, and passing instincts are his calling cards. Those are great calling cards. If everything clicks, he could be a productive point guard who could carry a team. That sounds really appealing. That sounds really appealing. I like that. This is another Eric Fawcett article from NBA.com. Luka Doncic proved that tall guards from Europe could come over to the NBA and dominate right away. And the next player from across the pond to make an impact could be Killian Hayes. All right, born in Lakeland, Florida to a professional basketball playing father, Hayes quickly moved to France, where he got the rigid basketball education of the European system. At age 16, he began his professional career. What were you guys doing at 16? I was unemployable at 16. This guy was a professional athlete at 16 years old. My man. He earned the reputation as German League James Harden. Some lofty praise that speaks to his scoring acumen. Hayes hasn't gotten the same attention as some of the other names at the top of the draft, but he has the potential to end up as the star of the class. That scares the out of me. I don't want the Hornets to mess up this draft pick. I don't. Scoring in isolation is about as difficult of a skill as there is in basketball, and Hayes has the ability to pour in points without needing a play call. What sets up his attacking game off the dribble is the threat of his pull-up jumper. Hayes has a lethal step-back jumper that's as devastating as any signature move of a player we've seen in this class. Staggering 42% of his three-point shots off the dribble fell in Germany last year, something that if he comes even close to replicating in the NBA would be astonishing. Yeah. So this is easily the best reviewed shooter I think we've seen. Edwards has some concerns, I would say, just from shot selection maybe. I think that's a fair way to put it. LaMelo, even Denny is kind of a spotty shooting record. As NBA defenses continue to get more advanced, it's going to be players that are comfortable in improvising and creating shots for themselves that will thrive, and Hayes looks to have those skills. Fam, that's a dub. That's a big dub. I like that. A lot. Defensively, Hayes is someone who loves the big play. A number of LeBron-style chase-down blocks color his highlight reel, and he's also known for shooting gaps and coming away with steals. If you're looking at someone's scouting report and it says LeBron-style anything, insert whatever you want. LeBron-style anything is a dub, a huge dub. I like that. That's reassuring. That's because he's extremely left-hand dominant and struggles mightily with his right. Whether it's dribbling to his right, finishing with his right, or passing with his right, it doesn't come easily at all for Hayes. And for that reason, he avoids it at all costs. Oftentimes, Hayes will choose not to take an open driving lane if it's to his right hand. And on a number of occasions, he's forced up awkward left-handed floaters instead of attempting open right-hand layups. Rip. Only hitting 18% of his threes off the catch last season, he wasn't a threat off the ball, and that could spell trouble for him as a young NBA player. It's likely that he isn't going to step right into an offensive initiator role with the ball in his hands, and for that reason, he'll need to be a floor spacer who can hit shots. Luckily, he was a 91% free throw shooter, which suggests he has pretty good stroke, but right now, it hasn't fully been realized. All right, so projected NBA draft position, 3 to 8, pick and roll guard, NBA comp, D'Angelo Russell. I like that. That makes sense to me, given what we read. The left-handed thing, the ball dominant thing, being excelling with the ball in his hands, really, is a dub. I think it's a really serviceable skill, but the lack of the right hand is a concern. I don't like that at all, but I love everything else. I'm giving Killian a 9 out of 10 after looking at scouting reports. Moving to the left, of course. Left-handed pass into the lane. Finishes. Okay. He's going right. Okay. Pull-up jumper. Pull-up jumper all day. I like that. You love to see that. He goes to the right here, cuts back to the left, finishes strong with the rim. Step backs for the 3. Fam. All right. I get why they call him. I can see the James Harden comps. Easy. All right, so peep this. So he pick and roll to the right. He rolls right, He slows up, steps back, hits the jumper. Easy. I assume he took that shot because he knows he can make that shot. That's an easier bucket for him, right? For him in his game, that's an easier bucket than continuing to drive the lane and trying to finish over the bigger defender with his weaker hand. So definitely can see the left-handed tendencies there, but you can also see that he's smart enough to know his own game and how to best like adapt and get the most out of what he does best. I like that a lot. So yeah, the right-handed thing is a knock for sure, but if he's good enough to balance his game out, take the chances, create the opportunities where his left hand can be like put forward, his best foot or hand in this case can be put forward, I'm not mad at that at all. That tells me he knows what he's doing up here. And as long as he knows what he's doing up here, the rest will figure itself out. And he can work on his right hand as it becomes a pro. Hell, I don't know when this game was. So his right hand could be fine now. I have no idea. That's the fun part of the draft. So the ball's here. Guy here. Killian sees this guy's covered, right? And this guy's wide open. He knows the ball's going here. And he does a great job of closing the gap. He accelerates. Maybe if that was a chest pass, it wouldn't have been a steal, but that defender chose to put the ball on the floor, and Killian made him pay for it. He accelerates, goes in for the easy dunk. Love that. The right side of the lane is wide open, and his defender has to know because he kind of gives him the space, and Killian, all right, I'm going to take it, and he goes for it. And it's a weird thing to go left hand on the right side. It is weird, but it worked. And you can't argue with results, man. I like that. Oh, is this a replay of it? So clean. So easy. I stand by the 9 I gave him in the scouting report because I was scared of his left-handedness, like his left-hand dominance, right? But after watching the highlights, I know they're highlights, right? So we're only going to see the stuff that worked. But it didn't seem that jarring to me. So I'm going to give him a 9.5 out of 10. We have 4 listed guards, right? A couple guys can play those positions, I would say. Like, I could see the Martin twins can slide to the 2 if need be. So I'm going to keep them out of this. But I'm saying, like, the guys that are actually guards, like listed guards. So there's 4 of them. Devontae, Terry. We have Dwayne Bacon and Malik Monk. I don't think Killian Hayes could or should take minutes necessarily away from Terry and Devontae, but I could see it taking away from the other guys. And how Devontae, Terry, and Killian would work together would be weird. I don't think they really complement each other that well. So it'd be interesting to see, I guess, if JB can like stagger their minutes, so you have that ball dominant shooter on the court at all times. Like Devontae takes a lot of threes, so does Terry each game. And Killian in the mix would just mean a lot of shooting on the court at the same time. And I don't know if that works or not. I'm not totally against it, but Killian has a tool set that I think would be very valuable for the franchise. And so for that reason, it is weird, like with a lot of the picks outside of James Wiseman, which just makes the most sense to just slot him right in. I'm going to give Killian Hayes a 10 out of 10 for fit because I can see a scenario where Terry gets traded and then you have a backcourt of Devontae and Killian Hayes for the next 2 to 5 years. Like, I like the long-term look of that backcourt. Last up on the docket, his Instagram. Let's see what Killian Hayes is putting out there into the world on the social media. We got workout pics, a Kobe pic, another Kobe pic. Super clean, real polished, great looking suit. Not a lot of personality here, gotta be honest. For better or worse, there's not a lot going on here. Not a lot going on his Instagram. Like, got modeling pictures, we have game pictures, and then that's really it. There's like a baby picture at the end. Like, what is he, like 15 here? There's a Kobe tribute. There's another Kobe post here as well. So, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, what's in the highlights? Still picture. So like, wait, did I miss something? Nope, that's it. That's all that's there. His Instagram is so polished and so clean that it makes me think he has a burner account. It's a bummer. I was hoping to learn some more about the kid. Like the recent post here, patiently waiting. You know, he's in here working. I'm not mad at that. You can never be mad at that. The lack of personality on his Instagram page and the lack of like even super hype beastie workout videos are non-existent over here. Like, what are you even doing? Who are you signed to? Like, what is that? So for that reason, I'm giving him a 7. 7 out of 10. Do better. I don't blame him personally. I blame whoever's representing him. This should have more. His Instagram should have more stuff on it. Truly. These are fan bases from here in Charlotte to like Detroit, in New York. Like the fan bases that want to believe and hope out of a draft pick. And you go to their draft picks Instagram and there's nothing there. What is there to believe in? Right? It's weird. It's just weird to me. It's weird to me. I don't like it. Even if it's super fake and manufactured, stats better than nothing. Scouting report 9, highlights 9.5, team fit 10, Instagram 7. So that averages out to like 8.875. Let's call that 8.9, which puts him right below LaMelo in my big board. So the Instagram thing is a stupid thing that I'm doing. Just to get an idea of the personalities of these individual players, but it doesn't matter. Like his Instagram has no correlation to how he'll be at the next level. So it is what it is on that front. I think any one of the 5 guys there that we've looked at would bring something special to the team and something that we don't currently have and would need to get better as a franchise in the short term and long term. Whoever we draft, I'll back wholeheartedly, no question about it. Before I look at trades, I need to do one more on Obi Toppin. I've seen that name a lot. The Inside the NBA guys were bigging him up in their last episode. I gotta do one on him. I know nothing about him, and people are comparing him, are saying he's one of the top prospects in the draft. I don't know who he is. So I'm gonna look at that next episode, and then after that, we're gonna look at some trades. Thank you so much for watching. Before I go, I just want to mention that the goal for this channel is to have a new episode, a new upload every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's the mark. That's what I'm trying to hit each weekend. So feel free to subscribe if you want to. No pressure. But that's the idea. Let's see how long I can keep that up. Fingers crossed. But can I not cross my fingers? What the hell? Hold on. There we go. Fingers crossed. Hey, there you go. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.